Learn the thinking system of the strong. Welcome back, everyone, to Mind Podcast. If you want to become strong, there are three things you must absorb. Three things that many people go their entire lives without ever pausing to reflect upon. Which means we need to know when to stop, set our direction, calm our mind, find peace in our heart, think carefully, and ultimately achieve what we desire. Each of us only needs to stop for a moment, steady our mind, and think deeply. Then we will have our answer. Once you find your answer, your life will have a foundation. Your soul will have a compass. After that, you either pour your heart into your efforts or let go entirely. I know your life is very busy. What I'm sharing isn't easy to absorb, especially if you only hear it once. My advice is to watch or listen until the end and then replay it multiple times whenever you have spare moments, even if you're doing housework. Please share it and save this playlist so it's more convenient for you. I'm confident that within just a few short months, your thinking will progress by leaps and bounds to a whole new level. Ancient wisdom, a greeting to you all. If you can let go of your ego and observe the truly wealthy people around you, you'll see they have something in common. They clearly know who can and cannot succeed at something, yet they don't remind them, don't show them the way, and don't try to be anyone's teacher. Even when they have superior knowledge and experience, they don't offer advice. This isn't because they don't care if others fail. Rather, they know that teaching and lecturing someone consumes a tremendous amount of energy. Foolishness is shown when you try to preach to others without getting any real results. The wise are usually reserved in speech, whereas the foolish love pointing out what others should do. What truly persuades someone has never been pure reason or morality, but rather the path they themselves must walk. What truly awakens someone isn't advice, but the disasters that come their way. Foolish people who are arrogant yet cowardly, who cling to their self-importance, tend to do whatever they want and fail easily. People of a lowly mindset often want to dominate everything. Someone who lives poorly typically does so because they enjoy being foolish, disrespect those more capable, and habitually use their pig brain to sum up everything around them. That's the reason why they never improve. If you want to change yourself from the inside out, listen carefully to the following points. Benefactors. A true benefactor is someone who guides you to make money, invites you to learn, talks to you about an ideal life, and encourages you to strive. Someone who deliberately scolds you in front of others. Don't dwell on it. They're a petty person. It's when they speak to you in private, offering correction and insight, that this person is truly your benefactor. Remember well, real benefactors encourage you, broaden your vision, correct your character, and give you positive energy. Family background. If your parents are gentle, learn how to do business to change your fate. If your parents are strong, you need to learn how to rely on powerful people to advance. If your family lineage is prosperous, take advantage of that reputation to develop yourself at home. If your family is poor, you must venture away to find opportunities. Respect others. Fates, let go of the urge to help others and respect their destinies. Society's rules, degrees of difficulty, and costs are all varying barriers for each individual, revealed step by step. That's why there's a saying, adults are shaped by the filtering process of life. The money you earn is not determined by time, but by the choices of those in higher levels of society. Look within yourself when you fail. The journey from poverty to wealth is an unending battle against hardship. In anything you do, there will always be resistance. The concept of the Tao is the balance between yin and yang. We must continuously fight throughout our lives. For instance, after cleaning your house thoroughly, you'll eventually need to clean it again. By nature, people never stop working. If they have nothing to do, they create trouble. So, you will always have plenty to do. If you complain about society, you'll gain nothing in return. The system of the strong. Next, let's talk about the system of the strong, which can help you immensely. Someone becomes strong because they ponder one critical question. What am I living for? The weak never understand this question. They're busy thinking about which street food stall is best, or which instant noodle drama is trending. If you want to become strong, there are three key things you must absorb. Three things that many people never stop to reflect upon in their entire lives. Again, remember the saying, "Chident tin an lut duck," meaning you need to pause, set your direction, calm your mind, find peace in your heart, think things through, and ultimately achieve your goals. All it takes is to stop, quiet your mind, and think deeply. Then you will have your answer. Once you have that answer, your life will have a foundation and your soul a compass. Afterward, you either give your all or completely let go. Why do some people dare to step forward, only to step back? Because they aren't pure or extreme in any single path. They aren't fully good in their actions, nor are they entirely evil. They half want something and half don't. They like to live so that others are watching, but in the end, that performance always falls apart. If you feel that your life is extremely exhausting, it shows that the people around you are not on the same energy level as you. You do not filter information, and you do not do what you should do. Instead, you are depleting your own future so that others may benefit. If you do not want to continue like this, there is only one path: become a strong individual. First, you must learn to imitate 3 qualities of a strong individual: the heart of the strong, the mindset of the strong, and the character of the strong. The essence of learning and imitation is to install a brand new system into your brain. To help you understand this new system more clearly, I will divide it into 4 levels. Level 1, the information firewall system. This means that if we want to become strong individuals, we must know which information our minds should receive and which information we should reject. If you cannot do this, you will be pushed back to your original position. For example, watching TV dramas, entertainment news, or chatting with unproductive friends are basically feeding your brain with constant junk information. You are draining your mental energy while companies profit from it. Many people live at a lower social level because they enjoy living in a world of public opinion and emotional resonance. Why do weaker individuals prefer this world of public opinion? Because in that world, energy naturally leans toward the weaker party. Those working in media understand this principle very well, so they produce countless pieces of content for you to consume, hitting your weaknesses and empathy, making you feel touched and shed tears. In the end, you drain your mental energy while they make money off your tears. Therefore, strong individuals must have an information firewall system that instantly blocks any useless or negative information. Level 2, the active learning system. Once we learn to filter out junk information, we can truly learn valuable knowledge. Over the long term, accumulating such knowledge will help you stand firmly in society. Therefore, filtering information and actively learning is an ongoing process for strong individuals. Level 3, the money-making system. The essence of making money is locking onto a specific project, and the essence of any project is helping someone solve a certain problem, then charging a fee for it. At this level, you will discover that the money-making system depends on both your information firewall system and your active learning system, because selecting a good project is a skill, and executing it well is also a skill. Level 4, the self-discipline system. A strong individual is someone who knows how to manage themselves without worrying about others. Are you going to bed early, getting up early, and exercising? Are you draining your own vitality, energy, and spirit? Can you work 12 hours a day consistently? Can you pursue one career your entire life? For a strong individual, it is enough to manage themselves. They do not need to care about others. Even if others face dire consequences, it does not concern them. Hence, weaker individuals live in a world of emotional resonance with themselves, while the strong build systems and live by truth. What is truth? The truth is that a person's social class determines the information they receive each day. That information shapes their knowledge, and that knowledge forms their cognitive system. Meanwhile, a person's level of cognition dictates how they think, how they behave, and how they work, which will ultimately decide the social class they reach in the future. This is a closed loop that keeps most people trapped in the same cycle all their lives. It is also the outcome of cultural and social class choices. Maintain your vitality, energy, and spirit. This is my most important piece of advice to you. Listen carefully. First, do not think about women or romantic sexual desires, because that depletes your vitality the most. There is an ancient saying, when one's intentions stir, one's internal fire flares. When one opens one's mouth, one's spiritual energy scatters. This means we must use our willpower. A person with negative or impure intentions creates holes in their entire being. Just look at how people nowadays stretch out their feelings and desires limitlessly because it is more convenient and free to consume information than ever before. They do not realize that free is often the most expensive. Not having to pay money usually means you pay with yourself, which is the highest cost of all. Why do many people feel tired, even right after waking up? Because they cannot control their thoughts. They look around at everything, letting their minds wander all day, and that consumes a massive amount of energy. This kind of fatigue actually stems from mental exhaustion. We must remember that human beings possess three treasures: vitality, energy, and spirit. People with impure or unwholesome thoughts are more likely to lose these treasures. Those who can quickly suppress negative thoughts will preserve their own vitality, energy, and spirit. When the mind is calm, true energy arises naturally. When the spirit is not disturbed, no illness can penetrate. In essence, a pure, peaceful mindset, free from excessive desire, ensures that righteous energy flows in the body without disorder. Your spirit can remain internally stable without scattering, and illness will have no way to invade. How then can we maintain our temperament and spirit? In fact, it's very simple. Whenever you have free time and nothing to do, don't think about external things. Just close your eyes, feel your hands, your feet, your brain, and create a smile for yourself. Whenever you're free, do this. You'll immediately feel relaxed. Your entire spirit will start to focus, rejecting unnecessary thoughts, and your heart will turn its attention inward. You will gradually gain more inner strength. This shows that we should do things in a straightforward manner rather than complicate everything. The more stray thoughts we have, the more easily we fall into the trap of strong emotions and desires, which can disrupt the body's hormone levels and throw our internal energy off balance. When we are unable to earn money, especially if we are at the bottom of society, it's best to remain silent and not mingle with unrelated people. Focus instead on your thoughts and on solving the problems in your life. When you start thinking, keep your mouth shut. If you talk too much, you'll never pause to reflect, and over time, your mind will become paralyzed. If you keep at it, you'll become a traditional sort of person who is spiritually drained. Awareness and the adjustment of our spirit are crucial, and this content helps us understand more about the essence, energy, spirit modules in our lives. Small matters ignore the self. Big matters won't succeed otherwise. If your understanding of self-discipline only goes as far as controlling yourself and refusing to procrastinate, you are underestimating your capabilities. Humans have 3 levels of self-discipline, and when you reach the 3rd level, your life can be summed up in one word: amazing. Level 1. People at the first level fear self-discipline. Simply hearing the term makes them feel stressed. They usually can't control themselves, can't stop gaming, don't exercise regularly, lack a proper daily routine, prefer lying around, and generally follow their basic human instincts. Because these things are so easily obtained, they get used to those results. At first glance, they seem carefree and unrestrained, but in reality, they're prisoners of their own desires. There is also another type of person at this same level who, on the surface, seems liberated. They're great at making excuses for themselves, saying things like, "Life is short, there's no need to fight fate, just enjoy each day as it comes." They pretend to understand everything, speaking as if they don't desire anything at all, but in reality it's just self-consolation and a form of disillusionment with life. People at the first level may once have aspired to self-discipline and tried many times, but after repeated failures, they finally surrendered to their own nature, allowing their instincts to serve their desires. Level 2 people at this level are easier to understand. They fight against their desires. They may even conquer their weaknesses and ego. Outwardly, they appear very strict with strong self-control. They cling stubbornly to their goals, much like an ascetic monk who won't give up until they've achieved what they set out to do. However, it's important to note that on their path toward their goals, these people might resort to any means necessary. Once they succeed, they are at risk of letting themselves go. Let me give a simple example. Someone who successfully controls themselves to lose weight often reverts to following their instincts or even overdoes it after reaching their target weight. This can lead them to blame themselves, feel powerless against reality, become disappointed in themselves, and in some cases, self-destruct. Level 3. This is self-discipline at the highest level of thinking. Many of us have experience going to a gym, but most only use the membership once and then stop. Why? Because once the novelty wears off, they must confront their own laziness. And resisting that laziness can't last long, since our basic human instinct craves comfort, staying home, lying around, eating whatever we want. That's not your fault, it's simply human nature. But consider this. If on your first day at the gym you meet someone of the opposite sex or someone you're attracted to who goes there every day, I'm certain that even if you're already married, you'll find it very difficult to resist the newfound passion for exercising. A new desire has replaced your desire to lie around at home. As you persevere and see changes in your body, you'll start to enjoy personal fulfillment. By constantly pushing your limits, your body releases endorphins, giving you an ongoing sense of comfort. You could say this path has no end. You'll keep striving toward a better version of yourself because you've experienced the joy of self-improvement. Studying works the same way. We get bored, feel sleepy, want to go out. These are normal psychological needs. The key is not to fight these desires, but to cultivate a new desire, develop a love for learning. Ask any high-achieving student, and you'll see they genuinely find joy in their studies rather than relying solely on perseverance. Many parents often say, "My child just isn't that type of person." In reality, the child just hasn't yet seen the benefits that learning can bring. What we need to do is help them see and feel what learning can offer: status, wealth, and joy, such as the joy of being able to communicate in a foreign language, the satisfaction of describing the world in writing, or the sense of accomplishment in leading the class in academic performance. It's the same for adults. Many people say that work and family wear them down both physically and mentally because they can't see the future. But if you think carefully, what you call not seeing the future. In reality, you've already seen the future. It's just that the future you see holds no bright spots. In fact, the highest form of self-discipline is never about fighting against human instincts. It's about following or leveraging them. In the eyes of those who've reached the highest level of thinking, desire is not a burden, but rather a clever tool. People can never truly overcome their own desires. Instead, they use higher-level desires to defeat lower-level ones. Those at the first level don't actually love gaming. They're simply bored and have nothing else to do. That's their true nature. They can't find a burning passion. Does gaming really bring them true happiness? Probably not, because each time they put down their phone, they're left with regret, self-blame, and emptiness. Think back on your own life. Surely you've had many positive psychological traits that once motivated you. Maybe courage, confidence, calmness, perseverance in a sport, a hobby, or even solving a math problem. There must have been something that gave you genuine satisfaction, right? So persistence means discovering your own bright spot, pursuing that desire for the future, and aligning yourself with it. At this point, desire becomes your vehicle. Each time you go through hardship, it's an excellent opportunity to release certain hormones. When I was young, I always doubted the saying, "Success is a process." Now I understand. Once you've identified the bright spot you want to chase, every step you take, every small achievement, every moment of hardship becomes wonderful. Those at the first level avoid hardship. Those at the second level resist hardship. But those at the third level of highest thinking actively seek out hardship. Because when they see hardship, they also see joy. In reality, the highest form of self-discipline does pursue comfort, doing whatever it takes to find happiness. Looking at self-discipline from this perspective, do you still feel pressure? Self-discipline is never about suffering, it's about discovering your own principles. Ultimate self-discipline means following your human nature, your personal rules, leading to comfort, efficiency, and sustainability. All right, let's move up another level. Once you discover your own rules, you actually gain insight into other people's rules as well. At that point, you don't just master yourself, you can also influence others. My earlier example about studying is an application of this principle in education. The same logic applies to your romantic interest, your colleagues, and your partners. After all, who can resist human instincts? Daydreaming about a delicious cake isn't scary. What's scary is when that cake is both attainable and incredibly tasty. Above this level, there's one more, but I'll refrain from discussing it here. For now, use these principles to find the bright spot that belongs to you. One day, you might spread your wings and soar on the wind, flying 9,000 miles among the clouds. In each step we take throughout life, we carry ambition, aspiration, and unbridled passion.